Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kern Tipp speaking to you from the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. The Southern Methodist Mustangs take on the Baylor Bears this afternoon, and 58,000...
Doak Walker fades back. It looks like a pass, but wait. Watch that Doak go. Wide to his right and swinging down the sidelines in his best All-American form. Paul Page throws a key block, and Walker glides on. The 20, the 10, and Doak is over. 67 yards for a touchdown.
In the late 1940s, Joe Louis, Ted Williams, Joe DiMaggio, and Jackie Robinson were household names. Doak Walker was a college football player, a living portrayal of Jack Armstrong, the All-American boy. The Doaker, as he was called, had the good looks of a Hollywood movie star. His face graced the covers of national magazines almost every week. Yet he was shy and unassuming. Doak Walker could run, pass, and kick. History has recorded that Doak Walker was the last of the true football heroes. In the fall of 1942, World War II was in progress. In Highland Park High School in Dallas, two close friends reported for football practice. Both would become football legends. 15-year-old Doak Walker and 15-year-old Bobby Lane. Their coach, Rusty Russell, remembers their first practice.
I blew my whistle and lined them up there, and about 80 of them in two lines, and I said, all right, now choose your partners. I don't care, just anybody. And we started, and I kept hearing the leather pop, boom, boom, just like a cannon. I looked down there, and there was old Bobby and Doak. They had chosen each other, and they were just laughing like, they were having the most fun as possible, and each one was trying to kill the other.
Bobby Lane graduated before Walker and entered the University of Texas. World War II was still on.
We were just turning 18, and the only thing left was join a merchant marine, which we did. And we spent about a year in the merchant marine, and we were living in New Orleans, about ready to ship out, and the war ended. Well, Doak and I had planned to go to Texas together all our high school days. In fact, I went to Texas on a baseball scholarship.
This is Ewell Walker, a former high school football coach. Ewell introduced his son Doak to the game.
He and Bobby both had just been discharged from the U.S. Maritime. Doak showed up here on Sunday morning, and I said, what are you doing at home? He said, well, I'm out of the Maritime. I'm going to go to school. And I said, where are we going? He said, either Texas or SMU. And, of course, they had Rusty Russell at SMU, who was Doak's high school coach.
Rusty Russell was the reason he went to SMU, because we'd played for Rusty in high school, and Rusty was going to SMU. And I think that was the crowning blow, but we really had planned to go to Texas together.
November 3rd, 1945, freshman Doak Walker played his first game for SMU. His opponents in the white jerseys, the University of Texas, led by Bobby Lane. The first quarter is scoreless, but in the second period, SMU threatens. SMU has the football. It is an historic moment. Doak Walker, number 37, scores his first collegiate touchdown. But with Texas trailing 7-6, Lane throws his second touchdown pass. The final score, Texas 12, SMU 7. Bobby Lane had won their first head-to-head competition.
I always admired Bobby. He just loved to win, and there was no substitute but to win.
At the end of his freshman year, Walker is drafted into the Army. After 1 year's service, he returns to SMU. It is November 1st, 1947, another memorable confrontation. Unbeaten SMU, led by sophomore Doak Walker, versus unbeaten Texas, led by senior Bobby Lane. The game gets off to a spectacular start. SMU in the dark uniforms takes the opening kickoff to the Texas 20-yard line. Now Doak Walker takes over. He completes a pass to the 3-yard line. Then hands off for the first Mustang score. Led by Bobby Lane's passing, Texas comes roaring back. The tying touchdown is scored by another football legend, Tom Landry. Doak Walker is magnificent all afternoon. He finally makes the catch that leads to the Ponies' second touchdown. Even more, he kicks the 2 extra points that give SMU a 14-13 victory over Texas. SMU, led by Walker, goes on to an undefeated season by tying 4th-ranked Penn State in the Cotton Bowl. Doak Walker's individual record, Maxwell Award winner, and 3rd in the balloting for the Heisman Memorial Trophy. Doak Walker is now recognized by every sports fan in America. 1948 was Doak Walker's junior year. The Cotton Bowl had to be enlarged to accommodate the thousands of fans who wanted to see him play. It became known as the house that Doak built. Walker was again named All-America that season, but the greatest honor came on December 7, 1948. Doak was named winner of the Heisman Memorial Trophy.
I have the honor at this time to present to you the Heisman Memorial Trophy Award, the greatest honor in football. Congratulations, Doak.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan. It's more than a pleasure to receive this great honor. I hope that I can live up to the great expectations and carry on as I have.
1949 was expected to be an even greater year for Walker. It was predicted that he would become the first player to win the Heisman Trophy twice. But injuries and illness sidelined Walker for almost half of his senior year. Nevertheless, he was selected to his 3rd All-America team and finished 3rd in the Heisman race. After his senior year, Doak signs a $25,000 a year contract with the Detroit Lions. For Doak Walker, it was a dramatic moment. He will be reunited with his boyhood friend and high school teammate, Bobby Lane. In 1950, his first season, Walker leads the league in scoring and is named Rookie of the Year. Together, Walker and Lane will lead the Lions to their first World Championship in 17 years. On December 27, 1953, the Detroit Lions again meet the Cleveland Browns for the NFL Championship. Doak Walker has scored all 10 Detroit points with a touchdown, extra point, and field goal. But Cleveland comes back to lead 16-10. With 4 minutes remaining, Detroit trails. But Bobby Lane takes over, finally passing for the tying touchdown. Now the try for extra point. A decade earlier at Highland Park High School, Bobby Lane held, Doak Walker kicked. Now for the NFL Championship, the situation is the same. Bobby Lane will hold. Doak Walker will kick. The kick is good. For the second consecutive year, the Lions are world champions. In his 6th season with the Lions, Walker leads the league in scoring for the second time. But at the end of this 1955 season, the Doaker makes a momentous decision, choosing to retire at the peak of his career at age 28. Walker leaves the playing field forever. In the summer of 1986, Doak Walker is inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Fittingly, it is Bobby Lane who inducts Walker.
This is Doak's day, it's not mine. So I want to present the one and only, the Doaker, Doak Walker.
Doak Walker was the last of the magnificent breed who played with a special grace, style, and dignity when football was a simpler game. Now an award has been created in his name. It recognizes the nation's top running back, not just for athletic achievements, but for personal accomplishments as well. It is hoped that in this award, all that is good about the game of football will live on. The player who wins this award will exemplify the honest, winning spirit of number 37, Doak Walker.